But all this I laid to heart, examining it all, how the righteous and the wise and their deeds are in the hand of God. Whether it is love or hate, man does not know. Both are before him. The preacher, traditionally King Solomon, concludes that even the best among us, the righteous and wise, cannot manipulate God's providence. Life's outcomes are invisible and uncertain. We cannot look at our current circumstances and know for sure if they represent God's love or hate in a transactional sense. Biblical people looked for omens of divine favor. Today we look at success metrics and bank balances as signs of being on the right track. Both eras struggle with the same reality. We are not in control of the big picture of our lives. It is the same for all, since the same event happens to the righteous and the wicked. This is an evil in all that is done under the sun, that the same event happens to all. Death is described as a sickening evil because it is the ultimate leveler. It doesn't matter if you are clean or unclean, a worshiper or a skeptic. Everyone ends in the same one place, the grave. Ancient cultures built monuments like the Sphinx to defy death. We use biohacking and digital legacies. Yet, the under-the-sun perspective remains trapped by the inevitable return to dust. But he who is joined with all the living has hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. For the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. Koheleth uses a shocking metaphor. The lowliest living creature, a dog, has more value and hope than the most majestic dead one, a lion. Being alive allows for portion and consciousness, which vanish the moment one enters Sheol. Ancient honor culture prioritized the lion-like legacy of names. Modern culture often ignores death until it's unavoidable. Ecclesiastes argues that the very awareness of our end is a gateway to living authentically now. Go, eat your bread with joy, and drink your wine with a merry heart. Let your garments be always white. Let not oil be lacking on your head. This is the first of several enjoyment commands. Since death is certain, we are urged to receive simple pleasures, food, wine, and festive clothing, as direct gifts from God's hand. White clothes and oil symbolize a celebratory festal joy that defies the gloom of the grave. Ancient people found joy in grain and new wine. Today we often seek joy in milestones or acquisitions. The preacher invites us to see the ordinary daily routine as a sacred gift. Enjoy life with the wife whom you love. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might, for there is no work or thought or knowledge or wisdom in Sheol. Solomon highlights two pillars of a meaningful life, marriage and vocation. We are told to work with all our might, because the grave offers no opportunity for productivity or planning. Ancient marriages were often transactional, yet Solomon calls for genuine love. Today's hustle culture works for status. Ecclesiastes calls us to work with zeal simply because the opportunity to do so is a limited-time offer. I saw that under the sun the race is not to the swift, but time and chance happen to them all, for man does not know his time. Like fish that are taken in a bad net, so the sons of men are trapped. Success is not a guarantee of merit. The swift and the strong often fail because they are caught in a bad time, calamity they cannot predict. Life is as precarious as a bird in a trap. We rely on predictive analytics and big data to secure our future. Solomon reminds us that we are still fish in a net, subject to a divine timetable we cannot decode. There was a little city with a few men in it, and a poor wise man was found in it who delivered the city by his wisdom, and no one remembered that poor man. Wisdom is objectively better than might, yet it is often despised if it comes from a person of low social standing. This illustrates the vanity of seeking glory through human achievements. Even noble ones are quickly forgotten. We live in a celebrity culture where influence is often tied to wealth. Solomon's story reminds us that true solutions often come from the voiceless, who receive no credit on earth. The words of the wise heard in quiet are better than the shouting of a ruler among fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroys much good. True wisdom doesn't need to shout to be effective. However, its impact is fragile. It only takes one sinner, one act of folly, to undo years of wise building. much like a single dead fly ruins a whole jar of perfume. Today's digital landscape rewards the shouting of loud opinions. Ecclesiastes calls us to value the quiet voice of wisdom, while warning that a single poor decision can have catastrophic viral consequences. Subscribe and join us for the next video on Ecclesiastes chapter 10.